Many years ago, in the beautiful city of Enugu, there lived a very wealthy man named Mr. Madu. Mr. Madu had a son and a daughter. His son's name was Kosi, and his daughter's name was Cheta. Madu trained his kids to be highly competitive in nature. Kosi had never ever failed any of his exams. He had to always come out being first if he needed his father to get him the latest gift or the latest game he wanted. Whereas Cheta was an inborn competitive person. Her father made her see that life was a competition. So Cheta always wanted to be the first in everything she does. And with this, the two kids grew up believing that life was a competition. They even competed among themselves in their father's company. Kosi always wanted to beat whatsoever Cheta brought to the table. Whereas Cheta was the younger sister. Cheta was very intelligent, highly intelligent, very diplomatic, very outstanding in whatsoever she was doing. Kosi was intelligent because he felt life was a competition. He wasn't that smart like Cheta. He wasn't that organized like Cheta. He wasn't that diplomatic like Cheta, though he was intelligent. At a very young age, the kids were already members of the board because they were very, very smart. And their father always wanted to get them involved in whatsoever he was doing. Knowing fully well that he was leaving the business for the kids, he wanted to carry them along. Cheta and Kosi saw themselves fighting for their father's love. Each of them wanted to be the heir. Nobody wanted to work under the other person. At times, their mom will always call Cheta and try to make her understand that when they marry you out of the family, yes, you might have a say, but you don't have to fight for the company with your brother. Cheta will always tell her mom, if this company has 100%, 80% was done by me. I started working for that the moment I was done with university. Whereas Kosi went to study masters. I did my own masters online. Why? Because I wanted to invest in this company. I can't work on that Kosi. Kosi is not as smart as I am. Yes, he's a man. He should figure it out. But for me, I know what I want. And I've been the reason why that business has been going on well. That was when their mom knew that the mindset that their father had invested in them was really bad. Rather than seeing themselves as brothers and sisters, blood, they saw themselves as competitors. This gradually started affecting Cheta, as Cheta had no time for relationship. She had no time for love. If you're not talking about business or money, please don't call her name. She was always busy chasing after one investor or the other. Her dad had strictly instructed she and Kosi to go get married. That if none of them gets married before the end of the year, he was going to give the business over to another person. Cheta felt her dad was joking. During the period of 1 year her dad had given to her, she used that period to get more investors to the business. She was secretly working at home. Whereas Kosi quickly went to get married to his longtime love without hesitation, as the father had made the money available. Got married in a most beautiful and luxurious way. Cheta saw it as a total distraction. The moment she gets married and have a family, she won't be able to concentrate. She has to face her home, be a good mother. She saw how her mom was solely invested in the family, and she wasn't yet ready for that. Not now, she told herself, I have to walk up and get to the top before I go get married. But her dad was not happy with that. He always told Cheta, at this point I feel like I am the bad person. Probably what I told you when you were growing up or the way I have made you see life is affecting you. You're really 35 and you're not thinking about getting married. If not that I had forced you and your brother to go get married, Kosi wouldn't have gotten married too, because he would have been here chasing after you. You both at each other. Why? Cheta looked at her dad and said, Dad, I'm 35. And so what? A lot of people have not even gotten married. Some people are 20 and they've dated one person and that same person have not even gotten married to them. That is not how old I am. It is what I'm able to bring to the table. In this world we are now, A lot of men don't want to get married to a liability. If I establish myself, whosoever deemed fit to get married to me, whosoever is around my category is going to get married to me. Havana told her, Cheta, I don't understand. Are you getting married to someone that you feel is around your category, or you're getting married out of love? Cheta quickly told her that, Dad, I'm going to get married to someone I love. Yeah, because if I don't love you, I won't be able to get married to you. Havana then asked him, so how will you find this person? Is it by sitting down in the office every day, looking for one investor or the other, cracking your brain for a new business? How will you find this person? Cheta, please make move. Go out on dates. I've hooked you up with different people, but you don't ever show up for any dates. You always come up with one excuse or the other. Cheta Pico saying, please go out on dates. At this point, I'm feeling bad. Your mom is always feeding my ears with so much things every night. She tells me that I'm the reason why you haven't gotten married. That by now, she's supposed to be carrying like 5 to 10 grandchildren. Cheta looked at her dad and said, oh, Dad, I now know why you're disturbed. Not because you are disturbed, but because of mom. Mr. Madu said, no, I'm disturbed. Aside your mom, I'm also disturbed. Because if we don't keep pushing you, you might never get married. And you keep telling yourself that you have the time. Time waits for no one. Please go get married. Cheta told her that, don't worry, I'm going to get married soon. Her dad told her, I'm giving you another 1 year. If you don't get married within that 1 year, frankly speaking, I'm going to cut you off my company. Cheta thought it was a regular joke and told her dad, no problem. But after 1 year, Cheta did not get married. And when her dad had asked her, so you did not get married? You did not even go to any dates? You did not even see anyone? Rather, from your track record, you kept on bringing suggestions that could grow the company. Cheta told her dad, no, that's not it. I actually tried. I tried going out. But I just got occupied. Even while I was in my house, I was very, very busy. Her father said, okay, no problem. Cheta, come to my office immediately. Cheta thought her dad was calling her to the office to go handle some business transaction. But right in front of her eyes, her dad gave her a termination letter and told her that her services are no longer needed in the company. Cheta was shocked. She thought it was a joke. And she told her dad, are you serious or are you joking? Mr. Madu said, I'm serious. This is your termination letter. Go meet the HR for every other thing you need to know about this. And that was when Cheta knew her dad was really serious about this whole dating and getting married. She never knew her dad was going to go towards that length. When she got back home, she tried giving it a deep thought. Is her dad joking? He must be joking. Yeah. No. Dad must be joking. How can he just do that out of the blues? Termination letter. She called her mom and tried to talk to her mom about it, but her mom quickly exempted herself and told her, Chetamba, don't call me again. I told you to go get married. I told you to try to invest your time in a serious relationship, but you refuse. Don't get me involved in you and your dad's talk. If he has decided to chase you out of his company, go look for life. They did not tie your life to his company. Go and look for life. But Cheta told her mom, this wasn't what I was expecting from you. I was expecting you to speak to dad. And her mom said, no, I'm not talking to your dad. I'm not going to tell him anything. Cheta, it's time. It's time for you to now understand that time waits for no one. Don't call me again concerning this. Cheta thought she was going to have access to the company's documents and other things online. Her dad had made sure she had no access to anything. It was more like her contribution was more needed. That evening, her dad had told her, Cheta, I am only calling you to inform you that the day you get married is the day you can return to the company. I'm being serious about your marriage. Don't think you're married. You say you cannot get married to someone I'm going to hook you up to. So make sure you love the person you're going to get married to. That's the time I'm going to accept you back to my company. And Cheta, I know you well. I know you well. If you try to play hanky-panky, I'm going to be very, very angry with you. And he ended the call. Cheta sat down on her bed, lost. She had the money. all her pay from her father's family. She had not even used them to do anything. Was she going to start her own business? Was she going to start her own fame? She could if she wanted, but she wasn't really ready for that yet. So Cheta decided to try going out on a date. The very first restaurant she went to, she loved the ambience. She loved the way everything was. She loved the food they served. Everything looked properly organized. And while she was about leaving the restaurant, she found out that there was a job opening for an accountant. Cheta had read accounting in school, and this was a very big restaurant, a 7-star restaurant. She told herself, rather than sitting down at home every day thinking about her life, she can easily take the job of an accountant here. It's not going to kill her. So she quickly applied. After submitting her CV and everything, during the interview, they were shocked with her CV. She was overqualified for the job. She had done her master's and so many other things. Her achievements were great. Her portfolio was thick. She got the job because she was qualified for it. During her work as an accountant in this beautiful Asian town restaurant, Cheta loved everything about this restaurant. Though she was not maximizing what she wanted, but she enjoyed coming to work every day. That was just her nature. To wake up every day and come to work, give an idea, and the idea is being recognized. She enjoyed everything about her new job. But one thing that got Cheta offended was when a customer tries to act inappropriately. One certain day, a customer had embarrassed the waitress for something the customer did wrong. As usual, every other person concentrated in what they were doing, paying no attention to the customer and the waitress. The customer kept on insulting this waitress and even attempting to slap the waitress. Cheta came out of the office and asked what had happened, and the customer said whatever he wanted to say, but he still wanted to prove the fact that customers were always right. Cheta immediately told the customer to please lower his voice as he was disturbing other people. And the customer quickly asked her, "Who are you?" Cheta did not even have the time to explain who she was, and she gave the customer a detail of her pain. And she asked him, "Sir, please, if I may ask, I see you as a very big and professional person. The way you're behaving now, does it speak good of you? You should know very well that the way you present yourself outside is the way people are going to see you. You don't even know if 1 or 2 persons here would like to work with you tomorrow. But with this drama you've caused here, even if I were the one, I won't want to work with you. Some things should be handled professionally. You don't have to shout. You don't have to scream about the whole situation. She wasn't at fault. You were. But because you feel you're the customer, you're paying her salary, then you want to overreact. Sir, please calm down. We can solve this in a very quiet place. And if you don't mind, we can go outside." The customer felt embarrassed with the way Cheta had spoken to him. Truth be told, what he was doing was not professional in any way. If he had someone who wanted to work with him, that person would never, ever work with him again. He gradually sat down and gave it a thought. Cheta excused herself and took the waitress and left. While at it, Mr. Frederick, the owner of the restaurant Ishantown, was observing closely the way Cheta had handled everything, not causing any fights in any way. He was glad. Even the manager of this restaurant had done nothing. How come the accountant is the one speaking up? He expected the manager to be the one talking. He quickly loved the way Cheta handled it. And he asked, "Who is she? I don't know her." And the manager quickly told him she's the new accountant. And he said, "What's her name?" And the manager quickly said, "Her name is Cheta Madu." And he said, "I would like to see her after work. I would like to talk to her." To which the manager quickly informed Cheta, and Cheta said, "No problem." Cedric sat down with Cheta and thanked her for the way she had handled everything today. Cheta told him, "No problem. I just don't like people belittling people, especially when the lower person isn't at fault." He felt he had the right because he was the customer. She wasn't at fault in any way. Even though he wanted to yell at her, he would have done it in a very professional way. But the way he did it, he was causing a scene rather than even correcting her for nothing she did. It was the audacity for him, the way she spoke, the way she presented her English, her charisma, the way she positioned herself while saying whatever she wanted to say. She didn't feel bothered. And that's when Frederick started suspecting that this person isn't from a lower class. People who are from a lower class will feel timid immediately. She wasn't feeling intimidated by anybody. She wasn't feeling timid. She spoke outrightly. And he told her, please, in case of next time, as much as I am glad that you were able to handle this situation, but I also prefer that you do it outside so as not to get the attention of other people. Cheta told him, no problem, sir. I'll try my possible best. And she left. As the days went by, Cheta also gradually helped this restaurant grow. Most of her contribution to the manager seemed effective. This contribution had helped the Asian town grow in their recipes and in so many things, that plating, and she brought good ideas that helped the company grow. And whenever Mr. Frederick asked, whose idea is this? The manager would quickly give the credit to Cheta. He never took the credit for one day. At first, he was afraid that Frederick was going to shout at him, but most times they were always approved. And he told Cheta, you're really genius. How come whatsoever you say, Mr. Frederick tends to approve it? Cheta will say, I mostly give it a thought. Then I also consult other people. You don't just bring an idea without asking people the way they feel about it. And people who have gone to restaurants of this standard, if you want to bring an idea, try to bring the idea that will work in such a standard. You don't bring an idea of 1-star restaurant to 5-star restaurant. It's going to seem old. And the manager said, I like that. Cheta continued to fight and stand up for any of the waitress that was embarrassed. She gives it to every customer according to their own case, according to their trouble. In fact, Cheta made it a rule that you can't just embarrass any waitress. Whatsoever you want, they were going to serve it to you in a very professional way. The moment you come into Asian town, you'll speak professionally and act professionally. Don't speak too loud. Make yourself a king if you want to be treated like a king. Cheta will always tell them, if you want someone to treat you as a king, then make sure you look like one. You don't come and throw a tantrum in a restaurant and you expect people to see you as a king. Be polite if you want people to be polite to you. And gradually, Frederick got the attention of Cheta. He could not just imagine how a lady could have all the characteristics he has been looking for in a woman. She knew business, more like she had gone to business school. She knew the business. She knew how to talk professionally. The way she presented herself was excellent. Everything. And one day, he had asked Cheta if she could hang out with him, to which Cheta accepted. Cheta had gradually also noticed Frederick, but because Frederick was her boss, she didn't want to make the move, as nobody truly knew who she was. Nobody knew she was a rich person, and she didn't even really know who Frederick was. She just knew Frederick as the owner of the restaurant. While on the date, Frederick told Cheta more about himself, but he didn't really talk more about his family. He just spoke about himself, Frederick. Cheta also did the same thing. She only spoke about herself, her achievements, the company she had worked with, and why she decided to work for him. Because Frederick asked, why did you decide to work for me? And she bluntly told him that the company I was working for fired me. And he started laughing and asked, why did they fire you? She couldn't tell him because she wasn't married, so she just came up with an excuse and told him, they said I needed a break because I've worked with them for 10 years and I've not taken any leave before. Frederick laughed. How can you work with a company for 10 years and you've not taken any leave before? Why? Cheta said, I liked the company. They were good, the pay was okay, everything was fair. So I didn't even see any need of taking any leave. And Frederick said, I smell workaholic. Don't tell me you're a workaholic so you don't go out for fun, like you don't have any fun activities. Cheta says, yeah, I do. I watch movies at times. Very quickly asked her, is that the fun activity you do? You must be a joker. So like you don't go hiking, you don't swim, you don't do all those things, like special things, massage and all those things. Cheta said, not really. I don't see them fun because growing up, I didn't have much friends. So I don't have anybody to go do those things with. Frederick quickly told her, okay, now you have me. I'm going to do everything with you. Anything you have ever envisioned of doing, anything you want, I'm going to do it with you. Cheta looked at him and said, sir? Frederick smiled and said, I'm interested in you. I'm a very plain person. There's no need trying to beat around the bush. I'm interested in you. I like you. And I know you do like me. Cheta smiled and said, okay, no problem. They shook their heads and they started. They started with hanging out, going for normal dinner dates, movie nights, hiking, vacation, boat cruise. They did everything Cheta ever wanted to do. Things she really wanted to do with someone she loved. As she had always told herself that she wasn't going to get married out of pressure. She was going to get married out of love. And during this period, Frederick and Cheta bonded very well. They got to know themselves better. Cheta finally fell in love with Frederick, as Frederick was someone she, on her own part, got to know better aside being the boss of Asian town, but someone she cared for. She also found out that Frederick was a very caring person. Aside being so professional with his workers, he was a very nice person. Very, very nice. So they both decided to get married. They decided that they were going to take the relationship to the next level. They've known themselves for a period of 6 months. Though Cheta felt like it was too early. 6 months wasn't enough to know who someone truly was. But she told herself, there was no need being so slow. I know I like him, and I really do. I just hope he really loves me for who I am. I hope he's not going to take advantage of me when he gets to find out who I really am. And that was the same fear for Frederick. Frederick only knew Cheta's name and the story she had told him about herself. He, on his own part, was also scared Cheta shouldn't change the moment Cheta finds out who he really was. And with this, they both made up their mind that they were going to talk to their parents about their relationship so they could get married. At first, Frederick asked, was it better they make their parents to meet together or they should go visit one family before the other? Cheta was a bit scared, so she told herself, was it better to make the families meet together, more like a lunch? She concluded that it was better that they both met during a lunch. So she told Frederick about it, and Frederick asked that they don't meet in his restaurant, that they should meet in a different place, to which Cheta accepted. So Cheta quickly called her dad and her mom, trying to inform them that she had found someone that she really likes, someone that complimented her in all ways, and she would like them to meet him. To which her parents told her, you can bring him home. Cheta said, no, you chased me out of your company. You will have to come and meet him. Her dad was shocked. Cheta, and she said, yes, dad. I cannot bring him to your house. You're my boss, and I cannot come to my boss's house. So I've made a reservation in a restaurant, so you have to come and meet us there so we can do an official introduction. To which her father said, no problem. Frederick also informed his parents about the lady who he had met, and he would love to get married to her. His parents also accepted to meet them in the particular location that they had organized for all of them to meet. On the particular day they were supposed to see each other, Cheta and Frederick had arrived very early. Cheta was a bit tensed. She didn't know who Frederick's parents were. She didn't know anything about Frederick's parents, but she was a bit tense. She was really sweating in her arms. Frederick held her hands tight and told her, calm down. It's unlike you. You're very outspoken and everything, so why are you tense? Cheta told him, this is a different feeling. When you're talking to a customer, you're seeing the person as a customer, but this is your parents. What if they don't like me? What if they have something to say about my look or my dress sense, something? Frederick said, don't worry. My parents will obviously love any person I love. And Frederick told her, I should be the one tensed here. What if your parents don't like me? Cheta said, no, don't worry. My parents are very nice. They won't hate anything about you. They both held their hands tight. Funny enough, the both parents arrived at the same time. They had greeted outside, and when they entered into the particular place they had booked for them, it was a reservation, a very nice space for just the family. On arrival to the VIP room, the particular place their dining was to occur, Mr. Madu and Mr. Okafo quickly screamed, Madu. And Madu quickly said, Oka, I never knew we were coming to the same location. We've greeted outside, but let us greet again. And they greeted again. Cheta and Frederick were confused, and they quickly asked, do you know yourselves? Why they were still trying to ask their fathers if they knew themselves. They noticed that the mothers were also hugging themselves at the same time. Cheta looked at Frederick and said, are you sure I don't know you? Like, how come my parents know your parents and your parents know my parents? And we are just here standing and looking at each other. And her father quickly told her, Cheta, my daughter, this is Frederick, the person I wanted to hook you up with. Cheta looked at Frederick and he started laughing. And she started laughing. Frederick's father, Mr. Okafor, turned and said, Frederick, this is the lady I wanted to hook you up with. But you said you weren't ready to meet anyone, that you wanted to find love for yourself. Madu quickly said, that was the same thing my daughter said. That she doesn't want hook up, that she wanted to find love for herself. Can you see that we, the elders, already knew that they were going to find themselves? They both laughed and said, you see, sometimes we just have to allow the children figure their way out. Now, the same hookup we would have done long ago, they've done it now, and they are happily getting married. Even without proper introduction of any such, the parents gave their blessings, as the Okafors and the Madus have been long-term friends. Cheta and Frederick knew themselves when they were little, but due to Frederick had traveled out when they were little, Cheta forgot everything about Frederick. Same as Frederick forgot everything about Cheta. So they could not even recognize themselves, but they've been childhood friends for a very long time. After the family had met, with all the proper introduction and everything, Cheta and Frederick got married in a very beautiful, classic, but yet a simple way. As Cheta loved her ways being simple. She didn't want something that was going to attract crowd or anything. Cheta made sure to invite all the workers at Frederick's restaurant, and she developed a strong bond with them while working for Frederick. The marriage was beautiful. Cheta and Frederick built a beautiful, strong relationship. And with this, Cheta didn't bother about being the head of her father's company. She was okay being married to Frederick. She was okay being a worker. She was okay being one of the directors of her father's company and not the sole heir to the business. She was happy to be married to someone who respected her, someone who trusted her ways, and someone who looked up to her when he genuinely needed help. Frederick, on the other part, loved everything about Cheta. She was not a liability. She was someone he could trust in all ways. The way she taught, the way she presented everything, very, very diplomatic. He loved everything. The family was blessed with a beautiful set of twins, a boy and a girl. Cheta couldn't ask for anything more. At that point, she loved being a mom, as she had seen the way her mom had taken care of them when they were little. Cheta enjoyed everything in her marriage. Thank you very much for listening to the story of the day. Sometimes we run away from something only to come back to meet that same thing. That was the case of Cheta and Frederick. Cheta was running away from a hookup marriage, and Frederick was also running from a hookup marriage, and they ended up being together. But at the same time, they might have met with their parents hooking them up and not even fall in love. That's something we should understand. The fact that they met in a different place gave them the opportunity to know about themselves, giving them a room to fall in love with one another. If they were hooked up, they might have not liked themselves the way they did. Thank you very much for listening to the story of the day with me, your favorite storyteller, Zika. Please do not forget to support us by subscribing, liking our stories, sharing our stories to your loved ones. Until we meet again in our next. Bye for now.